Hey, how's it going guys? Blue Tempest here and welcome back to another video. So for today's video, I want to share with you guys some manga recommendations. I haven't done a reading log video in quite a while, and the reason for that is because these past few months I haven't had as much time to really read a lot of different series in the span of just 1 month. So I honestly didn't think it was worth it for me to do a reading log video, especially because, like I said, I wouldn't have had a lot to talk about. But now that it's been a couple months, I have accumulated a stack of manga that I am really excited to talk about with you guys because, yeah, it's just been such a long time since I've done one of these videos. Now, moving forward, I am gonna change up the formula a bit from what my reading logs were previously. Now, I'm not really gonna talk about every single manga series that I have read in the past few months since the last time I did a reading log. I'm honestly just gonna talk about the ones that I genuinely want to talk about with you guys. So overall, this is just gonna be a recommendations video. I do recommend all of these manga, and I think that the variety of series that I have is really nice. We have some romance series, we have some action shonen, we have some seinen, some darker stuff, some really lighthearted stuff. So I'm really excited to share with you guys all of these manga series, and hopefully you can get a recommendation for a series that you otherwise wouldn't have read. But before we get into my recommendations, I do want to say, if you do enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like, and if you're new, make sure to hit that subscribe button for more manga content. Also, make sure to follow me on all of my social media accounts. The links to those will be down in the description. So with that out of the way, let's get into my thoughts on all of these different manga series. I'm gonna pretty much go through them as fast as I can just to give some short little recommendations to you guys. So yeah, starting off, we're gonna talk about a series that I actually don't have physically, and that is going to be Blue Flag. Now, this is a series that I read on the Shonen Jump app, which I would definitely recommend you guys to get a subscription for. It's only $2 a month, and you get access to a ton of manga series, very popular series at that. By the way, guys, I'm not sponsored, but if Viz Media, if you want to sponsor me, I'm open to the idea. Just saying. But yeah, Blue Flag is a really interesting shonen series because it feels almost like a seinen. It has kind of also like a shoujo, josei type feel as well. Although I haven't read many series or really any other series in that demographic, but I just feel like it's such a breath of fresh air for the shonen demographic. Now, if you don't know, this is a series that is 8 volumes long. I did read the entirety of it, and it is kind of like a drama series, very realistic, but it does have, you know, a lot of romance elements to it. And what the story is really about is just these high school students kind of dealing with, you know, graduating and just a lot of really real issues, honestly. And this is a series that really, you know, captivated me. It really pulled me in, and I related to a lot of the characters and just a lot of the situations. And it also was a very heartwarming series as well, which I did enjoy. It follows our main character, Ishinose, who he's kind of like this shy loner type of guy, and his childhood friend, who he hasn't talked to in a while, he is actually in his class for, you know, his last year of high school. They haven't talked in forever, so when they, you know, are in this class now, they start to kind of rekindle their friendship again. But at the same time, there's this really shy girl in his class named Futaba, and she has a crush on our main character's childhood friend, who's named Toma. And our main character, Ishinose, kind of helps Futaba with trying to set them up, pretty much. And when he helps her out with trying to set them up, he kind of forms his own feelings towards Futaba. And yeah, it's kind of like this love triangle, kind of quadrangle, if that even makes sense. But yeah, there's just a lot of situations in this manga, and what I really do like about it is just the characters. The characters are lovable, they're super relatable, and they just feel so real. I love the writing in this series, and just overall a fantastic manga series that I do recommend to you guys if you like slice of life drama. And also it does have a really good representation of LGBTQ plus characters as well, and it's just such a well written, well crafted story. Also do want to just point out that a lot of people don't like the ending, but personally I didn't really find any like really big issues with the ending. Like maybe there were a couple things here and there that could have been better, but overall I still ended up really loving the series. So I do recommend Blue Flag to you guys. Next up is another series with blue in the title, and that's gonna be Blue Lock. Now, I'm not gonna really talk about this that much because I feel like everybody is talking about this series. This is obviously a soccer series, as you can see, and it's not your typical sports manga. This is kind of like a mix of a battle royale type of story, you know, think Squid Game, where, you know, people get eliminated. Now in this series it's not that dark, the characters don't die, but they're basically trying to narrow down the best striker in all of Japan. So all of these high school soccer players, they come to this facility called the Blue Lock, and they do these crazy challenges. And yeah, this was one of the best volume ones that I've read in quite a while. I really did enjoy it. The art is fantastic. I love the concept. It's very fresh for a sports series. And yeah, I'm just really excited to see where this goes. So I'm definitely going to be picking up more Blue Lock when the volumes come out. All right, so next up, we're going to talk about a series from the legend, Shuzo Oshimi, my personal favorite mangaka. And yeah, he has a new ongoing series that he's actually making at the same time as Blood on the Tracks. And that series is Welcome Back, Alice. So I have volumes 1 and 2 here, and these are the only 2 volumes I've read so far. I actually literally just got volume 3 today, so I will be reading that later. But this is just another really good Oshimi series, and while it's so far not my favorite that I've read from Oshimi, it's still a really enjoyable series. Now, if you've never read an Oshimi manga, there are a lot of psychological aspects, and you know, maybe this wouldn't be my first recommendation. I would definitely recommend reading like Flowers of Evil or Happiness, or even Blood on the Tracks before, you know, getting into this. But this series is pretty much Oshimi's take on a love triangle. So yes, this is a slice of life, but it's also very interesting, and it's very spicy, I will say. So basically it starts off with our main character in middle school, and he has a crush on this girl, but he finds out that his best friend actually kind of has a relationship with her, which he did not even know about. And yeah, he definitely gets very upset about that. But after a while, his friend moves away, and so when that happens, we get like a little bit of a fast forward to when he's in high school. And when he's in high school, his friend comes back, but his friend is not the same. Actually, his friend is this character right here on the cover. So as you can see, he now portrays himself as a girl. And so there's a lot of conflicting emotions when it comes to that, because his friend actually really likes him. And so there's a lot of confusion, a lot of just really interesting scenarios. And yeah, it's just such a quick read that I really am just wanting more. I don't have a lot to say about this manga just because it is so quick. But I will say it's Oshimi. I really do enjoy it. And I'm looking forward to reading volume 3 now that I have it, because yeah, this is just such a wild ride so far, and I'm curious to see if it gets even darker or more messed up, as Oshimi series tend to go in those directions. So I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, if you're an Oshimi fan, I definitely recommend you picking up Welcome Back, Alice. It's a pretty interesting one. All right, so next up we have Record of Ragnarok. Now this one I'm not going to really talk about for that long because I don't want to spoil it for you guys if you haven't read this. But there's not much to say here. This is just a tournament style battle manga between humans and gods. They take some of the most famous and powerful human figures throughout history and face them up against these like Greek and Egyptian and all types of gods that you know of. So like Zeus is there, we got Thor, and other characters as well. I don't want to spoil the whole lineup of the fights, but it's really interesting. And while this isn't like the best manga ever, this isn't, personally not even my favorite ongoing series, but what I do like about Record of Ragnarok is that it's really easy to pick up and read. Even if you haven't read a volume in a while, it's just really easy to come back into it and just read a very well written and solid fight with some truly epic artworks. Like sometimes the artwork is so epic that it's hard to really know what's exactly going on, but I kind of love that. And yeah, this is just a really enjoyable read so far. So I'm definitely continuing it after 3 volumes. I usually try to give a lot of series, the 3-volume rule, as many of you guys know that. So yeah, I'm really excited to see, where Record of Ragnarok goes from here. And also I will say the first volume I enjoyed, but volumes 2 and 3 were a lot better for me. I really enjoyed the second fight in particular. That one definitely lived up to the hype that I've heard about it. So yeah, definitely give Record of Ragnarok if you just want a really solid fighting battle manga that you don't have to use a lot of brain power for. So yeah, moving on, we have another very popular series, and that's going to be Tokyo Revengers. So now I have read this omnibus and I know what the hype is all about. I can definitely see why people really enjoy this series because I personally really liked it. Now, Tokyo Revengers is basically about our main character Takemichi, who goes back in time. There is some time travel aspects to the series, which I don't want to spoil, but he goes back in time to kind of prevent something from happening in the present. And as of right now, it is a little bit of a mystery when it comes to, how exactly the time travel aspect works. But I will say that aspect to the series is really cool. And honestly, I'm really interested in the time travel in this series. But yeah, this does deal with a lot of, Yakuza and kind of like these gangs that he was a part of when he was younger. But in order to prevent this thing happening in the present that I don't want to say because I don't want to spoil, but in order to prevent that from happening, he has to be more involved with that gang, and it's really interesting. This was a really good first volume. Now this is on omnibus, so it's technically the first 2 volumes, and it was such a quick read. But yeah, I definitely recommend you guys to check this series out. I think a lot of people will enjoy this. If you like action, if you like mystery, if you just like a really well-written story that has a time travel element to it, but also has, these gang wars and violence and just like stuff like that, then I would definitely recommend Tokyo Revengers. A lot of you guys probably already know about this series, but I didn't want to spoil it just in case if anybody's watching this and is curious about the series. Definitely give it a shot because I wasn't sure if I was going to enjoy it, but I highly enjoyed Tokyo Revengers. All right, so we have only 2 more series that I want to share with you guys in this video. So the second to last one is going to be To Love Ru. So yeah, like I said, there's a lot of variety in this video, and this is a rom-com, very ecchi series, but I personally really enjoyed it. Sometimes I need my ecchi fix, and this did it for me. This did it for me, I'm not gonna lie. There is ecchi in the series, but it's not really that distracting from the fact that this is just a really cute, kind of wholesome series. It is kind of a brainless series. You don't have to, turn your brain off to understand what's going on here. But I honestly thought that the characters were really fun, and the scenarios were pretty funny as well, and I just really enjoyed this first read. I kind of picked this up on a whim because I saw it at Barnes & Noble, and then I went ahead and picked up a lot more volumes of this once I, read the first omnibus because, yeah, I just really did enjoy it. Also, Kentaro Yabuki's art is fantastic. He is starting to become one of my favorite artists when it comes to manga. I just really like his art style. I don't know what it is. But yeah, if you're looking for a pretty solid rom-com with some ecchi in it, then I would definitely recommend To Love Ru. All right, so lastly, shifting the gears a bit. So off of the ecchi, off of the romance, off of the shonen, we have Monster by Naoki Urasawa. This is a mystery thriller seinen series, and a lot of you guys probably already know all about this series. Yeah, I'm just really glad that I finally started my journey with Monster. Now, so far I've only read 2 omnibuses, but those 2 omnibuses were some of the best manga that I've read in general. This story follows our main character, Dr. Tenma, who is a surgeon, and he's basically framed for a crime that he didn't commit. And it just goes into so much detail. The characters are just immaculately written, and the artwork is absolutely incredible. This is a classic series for a reason, and I'm definitely going to be doing a full series review once I complete Monster. But yeah, this is my first step into Naoki Urasawa's works, and as soon as I started the series, I went ahead and bought all of 20th Century Boys so I could read that as well. But yeah, Monster is incredible. So far it definitely lives up to all of the hype and all of the praise that it's been getting. I can definitely already say that this is a classic in my books, even though I am not even halfway through the entirety of the series. So yeah, I'm very, very excited to continue Monster. And with that, that pretty much does it for all of the recommendations that I wanted to talk about in this video. Like I said, this isn't all of the manga that I've read. I have read some other manga that I ended up not enjoying. I'll probably do a dedicated video to like manga series I dropped, or like manga series I got rid of from my collection and stuff like that. So let me know down in the comments if you guys would like to see that. I'm also still planning on doing some 3-volume rules coming up in the future, so you can definitely look forward to some of those videos as well coming soon. And yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Like I said in the beginning, if you did enjoy it, make sure to leave a like and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. If you're interested in watching more of my content, then definitely hit that notification bell so you can get notified every time that I do upload a brand new video. Also, I would love to know what you guys have been reading lately, so let me know down in the comments some of the manga that you guys have been reading. With that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.